Hi, this is David, and this is me sitting in my car. So the part of the assignment was to be like a video blog, and I've seen plenty of YouTube videos of people talking in their cars. So I guess it makes sense for the assignment. So to talk about some experiences I had growing up, some influential teaching experiences. Um, let's start with the bad one. Then we'll do two good ones before we get to the end here. The first one, a little bit outside of kind of the norm of the classroom environment, but I took a class in real estate a few years ago. I took a class to get my real estate license. At one point, we had a teacher, and we had two tests we were preparing for. One was the kind of standard real estate laws and everything, and how all the percentages and mortgages and everything work. And the other one was a state test, a state-specific test. So this was in Indiana, of course. I mean, I think all of us are here from Indiana, so because it's a West Lafayette course. But anyway, so when we covered all the regular real estate stuff, but all of us in the class were a little concerned when we got through most of the material, or we got towards the end of the class, and we had not covered any of the state content for the state test we had to take, and we had to pay for these tests separately. So it wasn't like a small thing, but every time we brought it up to the teacher, he said, "Oh, don't worry about that. It's all real easy stuff. It's all real obvious stuff. Don't worry too much about it. Don't it'll be fine." And we said, "Okay, we'll believe you, because we've never taken this test before." And he kept blowing us off. He kept blowing it off, and we all went to take the test, and every single one of us failed that test. Every one of us. So that was a very frustrating experience to even tell the teacher, like, should we be covering this stuff? We're going to have to pay for this test. We're going to take this test, and to have him kind of shrug it off and, not cover it. Then we all kind of did our own research and went back and took it. And I think all of us passed it the second time, but still we wasted time and money the first time taking that test. So it was very frustrating to tell a teacher that we need to cover something and not cover it, and then I'll have to literally pay for it a second time. So that was a very negative experience that I am determined to not do to my students if I'm ever in that position where they have to pay for a state test, or any test for that matter, that I know we should be covering things and I'm adequately preparing all of my students for. Another teacher, positive experiences now. I had a 7th grade teacher. I don't really have any specific. I have little anecdotal kind of stories, but I'll just keep this kind of general. But a 7th grade teacher that was very influential to me. His name was Mr. Boltershitis. He was our science teacher, and he just cracked me up. He always had a joke. He always had a goofy smile on his face. He was always trying to sneak in little puns that not everybody got, but I always got, and I thought it was very entertaining, and I always looked forward to his class. I liked science in general anyway, but more than that, I liked how he got along with us and his personality and what he did with the class. So I always wanted to kind of incorporate that and make sure I had the same kind of positive, fun attitude that he had, even if I'm not teaching science. I was really entertained by him and really wanted to make sure that if I was ever in that position, that I would kind of keep that atmosphere and that attitude with my students, because it kept me motivated, and I think it kept a lot of us motivated in that class. In the same vein, later on in my senior year in high school, and all through high school, I was actually given a lot of opportunities to mentor and be part of different programs. Sorry, I thought my light was on here. Guess not anymore. But I took those opportunities very, very seriously. There was something called the Expanded Studies Program that our school district did, that you got to mentor young kids on the weekends. And, it wasn't a super serious thing. It wasn't something I had to really prepare for, but I always dressed up. I always took it seriously when I had a class to help out and teach, because we were given teaching opportunities with that. I started teaching kind of at our local community center at a young age, and I always remember liking the sense of responsibility, liking the idea of preparing, and liking the idea of being in charge, and kind of running things how I saw fit. So I always maintained that from the very start, from the very beginning of when I was given those opportunities. So I knew pretty early on I wanted to do that, and I knew even more when I was looking forward to it, when I was preparing, when I was getting things ready, and when I was taking it seriously when we got there. So that really influenced me and made really solidified for me that that's what I wanted to do with my time and my career. So here I am doing that. I keep those things with me in mind. I keep in mind that I did not want to not prepare my students. I want to make sure that they're always prepared. I want to give them opportunities to to teach when they can, to help their peers out. I think that's super important. I do a lot of like, oh, let's pair these kids up and let's bring in other people that are better to help out at certain topics, so that they can solidify those things and students can learn from their peers and have those opportunities. I think it's really motivating and really, really helpful, and really collaboration is a really big part of my teaching. I really make sure that kids are working together and getting the most out of the time that they can with their own experience. And it's kind of lagging here. I hope everything is okay in the video, but not really sure what's going on. But anyway, those were my influential experiences. Those are the things that I think about when I'm teaching. And I will see you all next time. Thanks. Bye. Oh, so I realized I didn't include one last thing here before we're done, and that would be my greatest joys I anticipate. And I've been in the classroom for a few years now. I'm doing my secondary license. I talked all about that in my last week's introduction at some point. But anyway, my greatest joy is, I think there is no greater joy than when students follow after your exact footsteps. So I've had I know 4 students now that I've had over the years that have gone into education, specifically music education, because they really liked my class and they really liked participating and what we did, and they are now on their journey to become music teachers themselves. So I don't think you can get much higher praise than that. That they look after what you did with them and want to do the exact same thing with other people. So like I said, have 4 so far. Hopefully there's more to come in the following years. So that's my greatest joy. See you next time. Bye.